All right, howdy Firelight, what's up?
Not much. How's it going?
It's going. We are running vet dungeons, is that correct?
That is correct. And the
Okay.
first thing you should probably do is go get your vet daily if you haven't yet.
All right, so you said the vet daily today is Albie? Albie?
Albie.
Albie?
Yeah,
Albie?
something
Albie?
like that.
Something like that? Okay, cool. I can take
hmm
that. All right, so let me go over and head over there really fast. And just so everybody at home knows, I do main magic and then I secondary guns. Um, I know everybody has like a method to their madness on like what they main or why they main it. I don't. Mine is basically I like the gameplay of magic and I like the gameplay of guns. So I do both. I know it's probably not the most ideal because they're both like long range stuff. So I'm not like advocating for you to do that, but you know.
Before you head over to Albie, you should go grab the daily. If you walk toward the Dunbarton Moon Gate and then you just keep walking past the Moon Gate, there's the NPC over there. If you just talk to him, he'll give you the
You
thing.
said okay, hold on. Repeat that one more time.
If you walk toward the Moon Gate, like the Dunbarton Moon Gate, and
Okay.
then just keep walking straight past it, um, there's a guy over there with the stone, the red stone outside of Albie or outside of Dunby.
Okay, I can walk.
He'll give you the quest and he'll give you a veteran dungeon pass as well.
Perfect. So can you, I know most people at home know, but can you explain to the viewers at home, like getting the daily pass, do you get like extra rewards for that or how does that exactly work?
Yeah, so you do get some extra rewards, but it's also basically the only way to get the passes for veteran dungeons.
Oh, okay. Well, there you
So
go.
there's a daily quest for a veteran dungeon and it changes every day. And if you complete the daily quest, you get 2 adventure seals and 20 AP coupons, which amounts to 2 AP.
All right.
So you get 2 AP and 2 adventure seals for completing 1 veteran dungeon. So I wrote up I have notes. I wrote up a little bit of a lesson plan
All right.
of
I have my notepad
um
too, so I can write stuff down if I need to.
okay.
Okay.
Uh is it okay if I explain like base concepts that I'm pretty sure you already know, but
Yes.
just like to get it from the beginning?
Yes, I would love that actually.
Cool. That works. So the one thing that I really enjoy about veteran dungeons is that they have a timer and you can actually see how long you've been in a dungeon, so it's possible to speedrun them. Um And a lot of veteran dungeons I've been able to clear in a little bit more than 5 minutes, some of them a little bit under 5 minutes. But that's like speedrun times. We're gonna take much longer with this and take our time with it and
Okay.
kind of just um go through like different mechanics that you could use with the skill sets that you prefer to use. Um so we'll be doing a lot more like talking and all that than actually fighting,
All right.
which is good.
Perfect.
Just a chill dungeon, you know?
Just
Veteran
a chill.
dungeons are kinda neat. The enemies in here have a lot of HP, and they kinda hit like a truck if you let them hit you.
Oh, great.
Um,
Okay. Should I pull out a
it's not that
pet
bad.
at all for like divine link or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Divine Link is definitely recommended in these dungeons.
Well,
And
I'm gonna pull out
then
my big guns then.
the bare minimum requirements to enter veteran dungeons is having total level 5,000, which is very easy to reach now with Blinid. It
True.
used to be like you used to have to do the entirety of Blinid to get 5K, but now it takes you to 20K. So even just doing the first part, you'll be able to get here. Um, yeah, so we'll start out with a few of like the basic things here for magic. We're gonna focus mainly on the magic talent and what you can do to kind of party up with mages, because mages are notoriously bad at party play.
I agree with
Um,
that. I'm very bad at it. I just hailstorm everything. So I would love to learn actual like, hey, let me
yeah,
not mess up how you're killing things.
yeah. There's a few different ways that you can do this to really complement the rest of the party while using magic that doesn't kind of interfere with what they're doing.
hmm
But it's like it's difficult because you have to set it up that way. It's not by default. The trouble with magic is that every ability basically has knockback or knockdown, throws mobs everywhere, and that's the opposite of what a lot of other skill sets want to do to clear the mobs fast. So we're gonna go ahead and spawn the mobs here. They shouldn't aggro us because they'll be mad at the pets. So there's a few things you could do. One of the things, oop, I'm on the wrong skill set tab. There we go. So one of the things I like to do is use puppets to kind of complement, because you can use Act 6 to pull all the mobs into an area.
So would you recommend
So this
like
will,
if I'm a magic main is a good second to have puppets? Because I used to really like puppets and I like
yeah.
did puppets for a bit, but then there wasn't like a lot around it at the time or any like stuff. So then I kind of was just like and gave it up. So is that a good like secondary for magic, you would say?
Yeah, puppets are a good secondary for magic.
Okay.
And this is particularly because of the changes to Blaze. I don't know if you're aware of those, but it's kind of cool now. So you can do Act 6 and then go directly into Blaze. And that'll be a decent way to get some damage in
Oh, so you can
without
go ahead,
interrupting the
bring
rest
them
of the
in, and
party.
then blaze them all out. Okay, interesting. Because for a while, like, I mean, not for a while, till now, I've been like, I'm not even going to use blaze because I couldn't even really like get it to work right. So now you're saying like there's a good.
There's just a good setup for it.
Okay.
And now that Blaze actually does like decent amounts of damage, it's not the best if you're not built for it. But this is notable because the Ruination Staff does count as a combat wand for some reason.
Okay.
So
Nice.
it does get the bonus damage off of Blaze,
Okay.
which is really interesting.
Well, let me add blaze to my hotkeys then really fast because I don't have it in here. I don't know where I would put it though.
The other reason I like puppets for mages because knockback is a terrible enemy of mages. Like if you get hit, stun, or knocked back, you lose a lot of your abilities to cast spells. When you charge Act 6, even if you don't use the skill, when you charge it, it gives you invulnerability to hit, stun, and knockback for, I'll say, like 3 or 4 seconds after you use the skill.
Ooh, gotcha.
So you don't even have to like complete Act 6. You just load the skill and it gives you the invulnerability. There's a lot of other stuff you can do that'll complement magic. There's one other combination you can do. Let me see if I can actually. I need to change my hotkey just slightly. There we go. Okay. I hope I don't remember I changed that, or I hope I remember I changed that so I can change it back. So the other thing with Act 6 is it leaves the mobs on the ground for a little bit, like kind of stuck where they're at. So if you're fast with it, you can do stuff like Act 6 into Fireball.
When you're saying at 6, are you meaning like, oh, you're talking about like actual act, like puppet Act 6? Got it. For some reason, I was picturing like the at button and like the number 6, and I was like, what are you talking about? I got it. Sorry, that was a dumb moment. Continue.
But if you're fast with it, it looks like I don't have the ping for it. But if you switch the weapons fast enough, you can get the Fireball off before they actually lose the knockdown from the Act 6. So you should be able to like do it and not knock everything all over the place. It's kind of similar to how it works with Spinning Slasher. I don't know if you've seen that interaction with Fireball yet.
So you're saying like Act 6 and then Fireball them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and load Fireball.
Okay.
And then I want you to fire it at the mobs once you start seeing numbers from my Spinning Slasher.
Got it. I'm also taking notes for myself because, like, I was just gonna say, like, I play Mabi, I am a soul streamer, stuff like that, but when it comes to fighting, I'm garbage. So I'm also using this series to actually learn how to fight. So I'm in the middle of it. If you see me writing or something like that, I actually want to learn how to be better. So I'm taking notes for myself. So far, I definitely should invest in some puppet gear, is what I'm hearing. Okay, where is there it is. Okay, I got it ready. Is 3, do I need to charge all the way to 5, or are you okay with like the 3 charge?
Just one charge is fine.
Got it. Okay, cool.
So you're gonna launch it when you see them start taking numbers of damage over my head.
Okay. Hold on, let me make sure I'm locked in. Okay. Why did it make me run? Okay, hold on, let me do it again.
oops. Hold on. Let me use a different buff so I'm not like super buffed here.
I'm trying to remember. I switched my hotkeys to make this easier.
Okay. Do you have Fireball loaded?
It is control. Yes. Okay. I'm ready.
All right.
Okay.
You saw it didn't really knock it back.
Yes, I do.
So
Okay.
for mages, timing is a lot. So if you see players using Spinning Slasher, if you want to just wait just that second to see the numbers, it'll prevent it from like flying all over the place and stuff like that. Okay. So let's go on to another thing you can do with mage. So if you like chains as a secondary, chains is a very good secondary for mages. Because of Deathmark. And mostly just Deathmark. But there's some other stuff you can do.
Chain. Second. And you said it's mainly for Deathmark?
Yeah.
Got it.
Because as you can see, when you Deathmark a mob and then thunder that same mob, instead of knocking all the mobs all over the place, it draws all of them into the same spot. So it kind of complements the strategy that the rest of your party's already doing.
All right.
So this is just something you can do to mitigate throwing the mobs all over the place like thunder normally does.
Gotcha.
With another example of that right here.
Let me charge.
And now you just want to hit the one with the mark on its head.
Oh, so Deathmark and Thunder.
It also works a little bit with Fireball, but it can sometimes just not
do it.
proc. Yeah, but the Thunder with the multiple hits will always.
Now I'm curious because Firelight or Rixie actually like writes guides and stuff too, which after the fact, if you're somebody that's learning like I am, his channel and his stuff is fantastic to learn. So I would definitely, if I were you, check that out. But what I was saying is that how do you do you just like try out different combos like this till you figure it out, or is this something that's like been around?
I have a friend of mine that really enjoyed using magic, and so we found some really clever ways to incorporate it into combinations between the two of us where it was complementary. It wasn't like interfering with what the other person was doing.
Got it.
I would use more on like the alchemy and archery side of things, and he liked to use magic, so we found unique blends of ways to incorporate these together. And that was before like a lot of the skill sets really released. We were doing like we had a combo of Flame Burst into Blaze, where because Flame Burst ticks always knock back on the fifth tick, you could always perfectly time the fully loaded Blaze on them. So it was really cool combo that we pulled off there. A lot of people would use Ice Spear, but then the ice gets in the way of the rest of the party because any mobs that are frozen by Ice Spear take 50% less damage while they're frozen.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so anytime, that's why people don't use Ice Spears, because anytime the mobs okay, if the mobs keep moving, they're not like totally frozen in the spot, they don't have the damage reduction. But if a mob is frozen, like frozen in place, it has a 50% damage resistance on it until the ice breaks.
If you didn't hear what Rixie just said, and I know this might be like very common knowledge to a lot of you, but for me, I had no idea about this. So if you didn't know, if you freeze an enemy at all, and that's Ice Spear, that's anything that like makes an enemy stop moving, it actually takes 50% less damage than like the other way around, like basically if it was moving around. So that's something to keep in mind. I think this is also very eye-opening, at least for me, like to any of my other like mages out there. It can be kind of eye-opening to like, ooh, okay, so when I do spam Ice Spear, when I do these things, these are direct like consequences of it. It's not just like you're taking damage and that's it, but you're also affecting your party and affecting how they can move as a team, basically.
Yeah. So let's go into a little bit of another skill set, because we've gone over puppets and we've talked about chains a little bit. I guess we can talk about Spinning Slasher a little bit more and how that interacts with magic. We know how if you use spinning slash, like if somebody in your party uses spinning slasher, but there's also a way that you can use spinning slasher to the benefit as well.
And that's also chain, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So that's
So
a really good second.
there's a unique interaction between spinning slasher and freeze pets. So this is I don't actually have any on this pet. Okay, hold on.
Oh, whoops, I'm
Give me a
not.
second. I need to switch to
I need
any
to
other
connect to my pet so
enemy.
I don't die. Yeah, there we go.
Nope, that one doesn't have a freeze either. Which one do I have that has a freeze? Well, I know my snowmen have it, so let me just get a snowman out.
Yeah, it's the more you know. Ooh-doo-doo-doo.
Okay. Um, okay. So I'm gonna bring my pet over here real quick, and we're gonna wait for them to kind of get lured. So if you go to a wall or a corner,
Okay.
and then you use spinning slasher, the key here is like either having no pet out so you can just summon the pet directly, or have friend summons on your pet so you can summon them while you're using spinning slasher. But if you spin and while they're pulled in, if you use the freeze pet, it won't fling them out. So now they're against the wall, and I can do all of my mage abilities, directing them into the wall so they don't get spread all out into the rest of the
Oh,
room.
so you spin slash
And then freeze them with
and then
like a pet summon.
then
So like
summon a
snowmen
freeze pet. Okay.
or frost dragons. And then it'll stop them from getting spread out from the spinning slasher. And then you just walk out into the room and fire into them. So if you did like fireball, hailstorm, or any of the or thunder, you can throw it into them against the wall, and it'll keep them pinned against the wall instead of spreading out.
Gotcha. Okay. Nice.
So recap real quick. We've talked about Act 6 into Blaze and Act 6 into Fireball. We talked a little bit about the hit stun resistance from it. We talked about Chain Slasher and why Deathmark with Thunder is good, and why Spinning Slasher with like the Freeze and Sleep pet summons can be useful for a mage to not spread out the enemies. We're going to move on to Alchemy.
Ugh.
I think Alchemy has a lot of really good interactions with magic. And I know you're not a fan of it.
I was gonna say, Rixie, you're killing me
I'm not
here. You're
I'm not gonna
killing
try
me.
to change your mind. But alchemy is one of my favorite skill sets. It just is.
Yeah, so you're definitely gonna get two very differing opinions right now, FYI. But I hate alchemy, and Rixie loves alchemy, so this will be very interesting. I'm curious to see what is gonna happen here. All right.
So with Wind Blast here, we can actually send all the mobs into the corner. Similar to how Spinning Slasher worked, we can send them to the corner and then spam them with Thunder and Fireball and all that.
So you're wind blasting and then just like spam the hell out of them?
Yeah. Yeah, it's more so to get them against the wall so they don't get knocked all over the place.
Oh, so it's a lot of finding skills that you can use to like group things together or like almost stun things and then just like bombarding them.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's mostly like how you want to operate the rest of your party, because the rest of your party is going to want to hit things, and they can't really hit them if they're getting spread all over the place.
Yeah.
But if you can get them into like a specific area and keep them there, the rest of your party's happy.
So that would be something that you could also do. So I'm wondering, and this might be, I might be jumping the gun, and you might be like, Chloe, I'm already ready for that. But is there any way to do this stuff with like Hailstorm, or is Hailstorm, because it throws back so much, is it gonna like counteract it?
So this stuff is really good with Hailstorm as well.
Okay.
I'll just do that real quick in the next room we get to. So we're going to pretend like we don't know that this is the correct orb, and I'm just going to hit all the other ones, and we're going to spawn a bunch of mobs. Okay. So, did I lose my Divine Link? I think I did. That's fine. So here's like a 3-part combo. If we use Deathmark on a mob, and then we Wind Blast that mob across the room. So let me drop my aggro real quick and then throw this guy. It'll suck all the other mobs into it. And now because we have Deathmark on it, if I didn't have aggro, The hailstorm will actually suck all the mobs into the deathmark mob.
So what was
well.
the first? Is the first thing you did Deathmark, or did you?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I'm just dealing with a lot of aggro because
Yeah, I feel that. And I'm throwing my fireballs that are like 2 damage.
Here, let's see if I can get Divine Link on. Okay. Heart, come over here. Sit there. Thank you. Okay. So to kind of restart on this, there we go. So if I deathmark a mob, and then I throw it across the room with Wind Blast, now they're all basically tied to that deathmarked mob,
Mm-hmm.
and I can hit the deathmarked mob to keep them all there.
All right.
This works a lot better when you have like a full party trying to hit the mobs.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can understand like how that would look. But
Yeah.
the Wind Blast and Deathmark combo is it looks funny when all the mobs are still spread out. And let me see if I can get an example of that real quick.
What's the first thing you're saying? Are you saying Wind Surge and Deathmark?
Wind Blast.
Wind Blast. Got it. I don't know why I don't like it. I've just never. I don't know. It's just not.
It's fake magic.
Yeah.
Is that a good enough reason?
No, I don't. I don't know why. Like every time I do it, and even like Doran's or Doreen's request, anytime that's my daily, I either skip it or I have to go in a party. 'Cause I'm like, I don't want to do this. It's just not my cup of tea,
Okay.
personally.
So the next thing we can go into is Ninja. So Ninja is just a good secondary all around for any skill set. It gives you a lot of utility. It and Alchemy are the 2 highest utility skill sets in the game.
I'm sorry, I missed what skill you said it was. Say it one more time.
Ninja.
Ninja, thank you.
Talent, yeah.
Ninja.
So the reason that we're looking at the ninja talent is twofold. The first one is Bind. Shadow Bind locks enemies in place, so now you're free to just fireball as much as you want, and it won't interfere with anybody doing anything. So like I can now take my time. I can deathmark this mob.
And that was
now I can like
Shadowbind. Yeah.
Thunder. Yeah. And what's really interesting about Deathmark and Shadowbind is even though it doesn't look like these mobs are together, they actually are still like bound together because of displacement.
So would you recommend a mage get and I don't know if this is just mage or, I mean, it might be a recommendation for everybody, but do you recommend getting the extra equipment slot so that you can have 3 sets of equipment at one time going?
It's tough to say like outright like that I recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the further you progress, the more necessary it becomes.
Got it.
And it almost becomes something like a subscription fee once you're at like the higher levels. But when you're first starting out, it's not at all necessary. And it's not, I wouldn't even recommend it because you could basically do this a similar thing just by equipping the weapons using control click. So if you have like a weapon in your inventory, this doesn't work with guard cylinders or bows, okay? But any other weapon that just uses like the left hand or right hand, whatever it is, if you hold control and click on it, it'll equip it in place of what you have on right now.
Oh, got it.
So you can pretty easily switch between weapon types. Like if I wanted to equip like these guns that I have in my inventory and then switch back to the shuriken, I can do that pretty easily with just control click.
Yeah, so you could basically just have the like a part of your inventory open, and then I can just like keep that in the corner and kind of just like go between them. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Yeah, it's not it's not difficult to the extent of you need to get equip tabs, right?
Yeah.
But once you start getting to a point in the game where you have dedicated gear, so like for instance on my shuriken set, I have shoes that have shadow bind duration. I have gloves that increase the size of my Sakura Abyss. I have Kunai Storm damage on my armor, right?
Yeah.
that's like very specific things that are built for like specifically ninja. Whereas as a mage, you might want hailstorm range on your
Mm-hmm.
armor. So when you start getting these like more specific pieces and start building into them more, that's when you'd want to look into equip tabs because you can't easily switch
Switch
out
everything, yeah.
yeah, you can't easily switch out 4 or 5 pieces of gear at a time just using control click. But as long as it's just the weapon and you don't have like a set built for it, then you're fine to ignore it. Um, and some things do get easier when you don't have to equip the weapon. So once you get into like, if you're ever at a point where you want to solo or duo tech elites, then we're looking at maybe it'd benefit you to have one equip tab just to have the extra utility. Like maybe you're a bard, you need the bard instrument equipped, and you don't want to give up a weapon to do it. You know, something like that.
These things can take some damage. God dang.
Yeah, they're tanky. That's why I chose veteran dungeons for this, is because it gives me the ability to hit these things and they don't immediately die.
Well, yeah, that's
As you
true.
can see here, the Shadowbind just kind of lets you wail on that thing, and if I wanted to, I could also hit it, and it's not going to interfere with what either of us is doing.
I like that Shadowbind thing. That's been my favorite so far, I think.
Yeah, Shadowbind's really good. And the other benefit of Ninja is it gives us smoke screen, which decreases the magic defense and defense of the enemy. So this will trigger your spirit weapon analysis, and it's also just a good damage buff. So it's not that hard to just go Shadowbind, and then I'm going to smoke screen, and now I've got more damage and the thing's not moving. So there's just a lot of utility with the ninja set. There's also some defensive utility for mages. You'll find there's some situations where mobs are running at you, and that's your least favorite thing in the world in that particular moment.
Yep.
I'm sure you're familiar with those situations. Something that ninja gives you that you don't get with every skill set is a barricade of sorts. So you get explosive kunai, which is a slow. You can see this rat's probably going to be moving pretty slow for a second or two here. But you can put it just between you and the mob. So now when you get when you take the aggro, you get that little bit of your Divine Link pet is taking the aggro.
Yeah.
You get that little bit of a buffer where it knocks it back and gives you another second to breathe. And as a mage, that can be invaluable, we'll say.
Yeah.
It's not like hugely impactful, but it's something to put in your toolkit. And then the bigger thing that it gives you as a mage is Shadow Cloak. So you can just drop all the aggro, reposition. So now you can get a better position on the mobs, and then do your snap cast Hailstorm, and they'll never see it coming. And then I think that's about it as far as like ninja and mage, which I do like that combo a lot. Mostly because of the smoke screen, if I'm being honest, because it's one of the few debuffs in the game that actually reduces your magic, like enemy magic protection and defense.
Gotcha. Okay. I got to decide if I'm going to do ninja and mage. It seems like I'm leaning toward like I don't know. So I've always had a soft spot for puppet, so I could do puppet and mage. Spin slasher seems like there's a lot, or chain blade seems like there's a lot of good stuff, and it seems like ninja. And again, I could be wrong, but it seems like out of the 3 combos, I feel like ninja and mage might be the most like beginner friendly, or at least like control wise friendly, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like
the safest option. Chains is the most party friendly because you can set up for the knockback that you're inevitably going to cause with your fireballs and your thunders. You can set up for that the best. Whereas ninja, you have to wait for them to set up and then you shadowbind. So like, do you have a shuriken on you?
I don't think so. I might have one in my pet. Hold on. Yeah, I do.
Okay. So I'm going to Spinning Slasher to pull these mobs over, and then you're going to Shadow Bind them in place. So walk over close to where I'm at, because
Let me
once
make
you
sure.
load Shadow Bind,
Yeah, let
it'll go
me.
on cooldown.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So I'm gonna spin, and then you're just gonna Shadow Bind, like right now.
Oh crap! Sorry, I was like. Okay, try one more
I
time.
can pull them again. Okay. So now they're grouped up, and then you can cancel the skill, and it'll hold them for a few seconds still.
And that's for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to try. Do I have it on tab? I want to try to like shadow bind them, and then I have to. I gotta wait till they're done first.
Do you? You don't have to wait. We can pretend.
Oh, never mind. Now I gotta do it. Okay, so 4. Boom. And then switch. And then I can let go. Crap, hold on. And like fireball? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And then switch back. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm so OP! Ah, shut up! Dang it, wait, no, I'm not OP. Okay, hold on. Oh, damn. Okay, wait, go back. Oh, God! Okay. Wait. Don't come for me. Okay. And then, like, have to get my life together. My biggest thing is I gotta get my hotkey situation, like, find one that works for me.
That is the largest thing is like after you decide like this is like kind of a route you want to explore more, then you can set up your hotkeys to facilitate it.
Yeah.
In a way that's easy for you.
Oh, what? Oh, that was a bat? Jesus Christ. Okay, calm down.
Yeah, they can hurt.
Yeah, they do.
They're fine though.
What am I feeling?
They're fine.
Okay. I need this to charge quicker. I should have just used the one that's already charged. Yeah, it was already too. Okay, well.
Hold them for a second for you. There you go. You can also, if it's easier for you, you can you can let the skill hold itself until you're ready to let go.
Oh, that's right. Like
so
get my life together a little bit.
Yeah, you can take a breather, set your hotkeys up so that you're ready as soon as you switch, as soon as you cancel. Because the timer doesn't start until after you release. And this is where like having the equip tabs benefit you because my shadow bind's like a significantly extended duration because I have reforgers built toward that. So mine will hold longer. And also there's the Shadowbind Master title that also increases the duration. So if that's something that you want to push further into to give yourself more space and more time, there's options available.
Let me see. Maybe I don't have it. No, I'm not even close to it. Never mind. I was like, maybe I have the title and I just don't even know about it. No, I don't have it.
Okay. Did I have anything else related to Mage? I think that's basically it as far as the notes on things that combo with Mage pretty well. Yeah, I didn't really have any notes for guns. I wasn't prepped for guns. Thinking about it, guns is kind of like just a really good secondary, because it gives you a lot of mobility. It's also got decent damage and stuff like that. So I don't think it really has anything that you would pair with it specifically. I think it's just one of those that you would have with something else for the mobility.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
It does do fun stuff with mimics though, because you can target them with the dual gun abilities, even while they're hidden.
Oh, I never knew that.
This guy over here.
Huh. Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I actually thought that was the thing. Well.
No, I opened it already.
Did not realize that. See, the problem I have is that once I like get going, I start like panicking almost, like when stuff starts happening, and then I'm like, oh my god, and I just kind of veto everything, and then yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's easy to get in
But I
into
guess
that
it's
mindset.
I think it's more so I just gotta practice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna try this one.
I can show kind of some of my combos that I
Yeah.
do a lot of. These aren't necessarily mage combos. I focus a lot into alchemy, so there can be a bit of that.
You do archery too,
But
right?
yeah, I do a lot of archery. So like I'll do stuff like spin and a bind, and then like we just flame burst because it's easy. And we'll clean up with archery because it's a lot of single target damage, and we don't usually have a lot of mobs left after we're done with the grouping combo. Or like another one that I like a lot is we do Death Mark, throw an extra auto attack in, and then Flame Burst. And there's a fun little trick with Flame Burst where if you, well, these guys die too fast. So the trick with Flame Burst is it always knocks back on the last tick. So if you cancel the skill before the final tick, it doesn't knock back at all. And the hit stun on Flame Burst is really long. So you can usually you're able to load the skill before the mobs are unhit stunned from the skill itself. So you can just infinitely flame burst mobs
Oh.
and lock them in place like that.
All right. I guess that would be helpful.
And they just barely even get a chance to move. That's more of an advanced alchemy strategy. You're not really doing that until your flame burst actually has some damage behind it.
Yeah, mine does
Most
not
of the
have
time
damage behind it, so at least not
yeah,
now.
most of the time you're locked behind like water cannon, which doesn't really feel like it does much damage, right? Like that only did like 6k. Oop, I failed my bind. Now it's on cooldown. Let me drop aggro for a sec. Okay. So water cannon doesn't do very much damage, even at high levels. Like this is only doing like 6k damage to this guy.
Mm.
But that's only if you ignore the biggest bonus to water cannon, which is rain casting. Once you're under a rain cloud, now the water cannon starts hitting like a truck. You can see the damage almost doubles there.
Yeah.
So water cannon is kind of like a very situational. You need rain casting to really make it pop off.
I think one of the reasons I've always gravitated away from alchemy is I feel like you have to have a lot of strategy when you use it, like putting the rain clouds, doing this, that, or whatever. Yeah. And I think when I was like starting, I was like, I feel like that's too much. Like, I feel like I need something that's more like straightforward. So I think that's my main thing where I was like, this is too much to think about, and I don't want to think about it anymore. And so
yeah, that's a pretty fair criticism of alchemy. I'm just waiting a second here for the rain cast cooldown because there's another aspect of rain casting that's really cool. So the other aspect of rain casting that's kind of neat is it doesn't allow any of the mobs underneath the rain cloud to aggro you unless you attack them first, and it only triggers if you attack them with a skill that causes knockback or aggro, or like single target. So you can use a lot of like AoE abilities. So like if I do Kunai Storm, these guys will just totally ignore me. They just don't even know that I'm here. You can use Flame Burst. You can use Chain Sweep. Chain Sweep is another one that doesn't draw aggro under a cloud. Where do I have Chain Sweep? I don't have it hotkeyed anywhere. But yeah, Chain Sweep's another one. I think you can use can you use Act 7? I'm not sure. Let me find out. Yeah, X7 doesn't draw aggro under the cloud either. So there's a lot of different options. Unfortunately, all of the mage abilities draw aggro under a cloud. So Fireball, Thunder, Hailstorm, it all makes things mad. Oh, Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod doesn't draw aggro, I think. Let me double check that. Oh, I just missed.
Dang, I did too late. I'm practicing. 1, switch. Switch. 3. Oh, it's gonna take too long to charge. 4. It's gonna be gone. Yep. That's my only problem is right now my stuff takes too long to charge.
Yeah. What rank is your Shadowbind? Rank 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be at least.
If you added either boots with a reforge, accessories with a reforge, or the master title, any of those would extend it and give you that little bit of time you need. You could even get, I think you can get a Shadowbind reforge on your Shuriken.
Oh.
I might be wrong. It might be a different one I'm thinking about.
Well, I thought you were dead.
Yeah, you can get Shadowbind duration on a Shuriken as well. So you could put it.
Let me write that down. So I definitely think I'm gonna go for doing ninja as one of my next things I'm gonna invest in. So I need a Shadowbind reforge, and you can get that on your actual weapon.
Yeah, you can get it on the weapon, it's on boots, and it's also on accessories. But the accessory one is a lower level
well, fun
version of it.
Good to know.
And we made it to the second floor. It's only taken us
45 minutes. How many floors are there?
Most of the time. 2 floors.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad. I love how you were like, yeah, we normally run it in 5 minutes. I know you said it was gonna take a while. I just think it's funny.
Okay. Let me throw a buff down. Ooh, I'm on the wrong.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to practice. Okay. What up, Mabi player? What's good? Thanks for coming to the stream. Oh, God, I didn't do anything to that bat. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Wait.
All right, so let me see if we can do like a little bit of like a scenario here. Oh, no, okay. Yeah, if I have a BFO, I just kill these things too fast. Let me switch off of the BFO.
Here, I got you. I can just vibe.
The only downside to Shadowbind is it has a 6 target limit.
Oh.
So you can only hold 6 things, but like oftentimes that's enough.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like in a party or something. I'm waiting for my thing to charge back up. Stop. Come on. Hit it. Hit it with the Shadowbind. Oh, it's already hit with the Shadow. Okay. Switch. 2, 3. Hit him.
Yeah. So I'll try pulling them into the center with
Oh, wait, I'm going the wrong way. Oh, I'm coming. I went the wrong way.
I'll pull them in the center with the puppets, and then you wrong skill set.
Do you want me a fireball or hailstorm?
And then you Shadowbind.
Oh, neither. Okay.
And then you can do your combo. So now you can switch up.
I was able to get like 2 in there. I didn't shadow bind. That's my fault. I should be able. Maybe I can do it quick. No.
Yeah.
Switch and die.
Nice.
So guys, this is episode 1, so it's gonna be a little rough. I'm hoping as the episodes go, I start getting a little bit smarter at what I'm doing, and you know, we start, you know,
have some homework or something, right?
Exactly.
Get some reps in with the new tech.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I gotta do is get like a good ninja thing.
Yep, you can get the box.
Yeah, I got you.
Let's see if I can bring this guy over. Nice.
My cooldown's not all the way up. Okay. F1. Okay. Switch my hailstorm charge faster. I could get some stuff in. Just slow.
Mm-hmm. Here. Let me try this one for you. Nice.
Okay. Not too shabby. Oh god, why are they still moving?
It's just a visual.
Oh.
As long as
I was like, I messed up.
Black cloud. No, as long as the black cloud underneath them is still there, then they're still bound.
Then I'm good. Okay.
Yeah,
just making
just
sure.
A visual thing. It was because I used a sleep pet to hold them still for a second. When they woke up from the sleep, they started doing their animation again, even though they were binded.
Got it.
So here I can pull this one in. Now sleep it, and you can bind them. You can see they do their little dancey thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Guys, I think I might be a pro gamer now. Maybe I'll have to bring somebody else on the series. I don't know if I'll need help anymore after this. Like, I'm freaking killing it. Oh, well, maybe I should stop talking and actually pay attention. That might help. Okay. I keep thinking it's the end of the room, and then I keep forgetting about, like, bats and other crap. Yeah, just hit them with your staff. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to do that. I thought this was the only enemy left, so I was like, I'll just Ice Spirit quick, and then it wasn't, so.
Oops. I didn't even kill the rat.
And I just spam killed a rat.
Sorry, rat.
Wrong place, wrong time, buddy. Don't know what to tell you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Did you want to try any of the other things, or you want to stick with the ninja thing?
I think I'm gonna stick with the ninja. I'm really enjoying the ninja. Okay. Is there another one, like another thing I should keep in mind, like with my ninja that might help with mage, or is that the main combo?
We're gonna add smoke screen.
Okay.
But before we do that, how are you switching to your to mage after using Shadowbind?
I'm pressing tab.
Okay.
So I'm just switching my
That's unnecessary.
Oh.
Using a skill that only works with a certain weapon will automatically switch you to that weapon. So if you load Fireball, it'll do the switching weapon for you.
But see, like
So
right
like if
now, if I
you
click Shadow Bind, it says I must equip a.
okay, this is a settings issue then. Go to menu options.
Okay.
I forget if it's in a. I've got the game open. Let me just pull this up real quick. Menu options, game, and then right underneath control is auto weapon slot conversion. Have that check mark.
Hold on. Under control.
Yeah, at the top.
Oh. Auto weapon slot conversion? Okay.
Yep, check mark that.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh my god. Whole new world. Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
I've played this game for over 10 years, and I have never known that in my entire life. So that's.
Yeah, you're driving a manual when the car's automatic.
Yeah, I realize I do that a lot in this game. I'm learning there's a lot of easier life hacks that I'm just not doing.
Okay. So walk me through how we're going to do the combo. So you're going to use Shadowbind,
So I use
and
Shadowbind.
we're going to
Then
use
from there,
Smokescreen.
I can. So I normally have to click out of the skill. Is there an easier way for me to X out of the skill besides like clicking on it, or is that like the quickest way?
Just press escape real quick.
Okay. So I'm doing the skill, and then I'm either clicking or escaping, and then I'm either doing Snapcast, which I have on 2 right now, Snapcast into Hailstorm, or Snapcast into Fireball, or just Hailstorm or Fireball.
If I'm right, and I could be wrong. Let me just try this myself real quick. Yeah, you can use Snapcast before Shadowbind. And as long as you're fast about it, you can use Shadowbind after like so you can use Snapcast, Shadowbind, Smokescreen, and then use your Hailstorm.
See, the
'Cause
thing
Snapcast
is,
has
I'm
like
not
that.
fast about it, which is the thing I have to,
Yeah,
I guess, work on. But
but that's like one less button you have to press after. If that makes sense.
yeah, that's true. I mean, it makes sense. I just have to be fast.
Yeah, so I realized it doesn't work. I was checking to see if you could load Snapcast while shadow binding. So you have to
Oh,
cancel shadow bind to Snapcast. But you can Snapcast with the shuriken out and then load your smoke screen and then load your hailstorm.
so how? So we haven't talked about where do I use smoke screen.
Before you actually hit the mobs. So
So
it would
do
be
I
like
shadow
an example
cloak?
of it.
Not shadow cloak. Do I shadow bind, then smoke screen, then magic?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
This will probably be something that's easier
Let me.
once you're set up. You could also do it the reverse order. You could smoke screen before Shadowbind, if that makes sense.
Which one do you recommend? Well, I guess I'll probably smoke screen first, because then shadow bind,
Yeah.
like, yeah. Shadow bind. And then
I'll just hold these guys here while you're setting up.
chain cast. And then either hailstorm or fireball. Oh, my cat's messing with something. Get off that. Cats, am I right, people? All right.
Okay.
Okay.
You good?
I believe
You
so.
good? Can I let him go?
Okay, hold on.
I'm gonna let him go.
Okay. So I'm smoke screen. Okay, you can let him go. Oh, you did.
There.
Oh, God. Bind.
And now you can just snapcast right into.
Oh, that's right. I don't need the. Okay. Sorry, I had to get my life together.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. Shadow. Boom.
Probably go into fireball from here because.
Because my. Yeah.
Yeah. Something we could add. is while you're waiting on Shadowbind's cooldown to come back up, you could Shadow Cloak to drop the aggro so they don't chase you right away after your fireballs.
So is that something I would add, like...
That's kind of like not really like part of the
routine,
say, like,
but like just in case type deal?
Yeah, it's like an emergency button of sorts. You've got that, and then also...
Why is this not transitioning the way I want it to? I need this. Okay, let me... Oh, a shadow oak. Put that there just in case. All right. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Let's go.
That's kind of like your Shadowbind's on cooldown. Oh, we're going the wrong way.
Oh, yep.
Let me just casually run as fast as your pet. It's fine. Okay. So the shadow cloak is for when your shadow bind is still on cooldown, and the mobs stop being binded. So that gives you that little like second of buffer, so that the mobs don't run at you and stop you from doing your thing.
Okay. Oh wait, I don't want that one. I want this one. Oh, that's because I pulled it up. Hold on, I messed it up. I messed up my cooldowns. Okay, there we go. I think they're too far apart right now.
You can fix that.
Oh, I gotta let go,
So
don't I?
even though they look like they're in different places, they're actually all pulled together right now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Let me... They might not be now, but...
This is another displacement thing with Shadowbind, where they're actually all like sitting right here. Nice.
Guys, I'm becoming pro! This is awesome! This is like the first time I've actually been like, holy crap, I'm actually like doing something. I'm actually like helping.
Mm-hmm. See, like here's a situation where Shadow Cloak would be good, because then you just lose the aggro.
Oh, gotcha.
And it gives you the breathing room.
Yeah.
Like, they'll still aggro me, but like it keeps them off of you, because fireball taunts, which means if you hit a mob with fireball, it will redirect its aggro directly at you instead of anybody else, which is really useful in some situations, and really harmful when you're a mage just trying to do damage and be ignored.
Yeah.
Let me get a pet out. So, for instance, in a situation where it's useful, I can just pull all the aggro over here, and I'll use my wand. So I'm just going to use one charge of fireball over here. This lets me pull all the aggro over to me, and now you're kind of like just free to do whatever you want as long as you don't read it. Well, Divine Link is goofy.
So is Divine Link.
They're all on me.
Oh. What exactly does a smoke screen do?
You can see that little shield over their head.
Yeah.
That's the defense reduction that smokescreen applies. And this stacks with other things like mirror dragons, bone dragons. You could stack.
Can you bring them together again?
ones.
Actually, no, don't bring them together. I want to figure out. So if I can't bring them together, I got to get them together, right? So would it actually be smart to? Hey, Chicken Wizzy, what's up? Would it actually be smart to fireball them? So if I 6, hold on. Never mind. Can't 6 anymore. If I go here and then like fireball to nope, that's not fireball. Fireball to aggro them to me, and then get Shadowbind ready. Well, now they're. I think Divine Link messed up. Okay, never mind.
I mean, you can use that to your benefit to some level, to some degree.
So I could Shadowbind it here.
Yeah.
And then I can. I'm just getting my life together before I unclick anything. There, and then. And then they're gonna come after me, so I can do that. And then I can.
Nice.
Heck yeah. Yeah, guys, we did it in 1 hour. Woo. Oh, God. Oh, God. We got bombarded. We've been bamboozled. Where'd y'all come from?